Good morning. For Traders Exclusive, this is George Kachuk with RCM Wealth Advisors, reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. What I'd like to talk about this morning are the equity markets. And the best way to describe them right now is they're a little bit tricky. And the reason I say that is basically last week, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000 are all below their 50-day moving average. They're trending in a downward fashion. Not getting killed, just trending down. The Dow Industrial did find some support at its 200-day moving average. So the problem here is, though, that it's not really a problem, but there's a lot of individual stocks that are bucking the trend and acting very good in this market. So if you still believe long term that the markets will do well, there's a few things you can do in this kind of market to help you find the best stocks. So one of the things we do in the market when we get to see the indexes trending down, we look at which stocks are showing the highest relative strength or stocks that are bouncing off their 50-day moving average. Now let's explain this. Relative strength refers to the fact that as the indexes trade down, a stock may move sideways or even be moving up, bucking the trend, and that gives the stock higher relative strength. Or you may see stocks that are finding support at their 50-day moving average, and the reason this is important, that's a place where institutional money will defend their positions. They'll come in and buy the stock at or near those levels. So let's give some examples. For example, we have a stock like Illumina, symbol is ILMN. Its relative strength line is hitting a new high. The stock's moving sideways, index moving down, and then when the market just turns, like we're turning up a little bit this morning, the stock pops. We just see similar action in Facebook, symbol FB. Relative strength lines hitting new high, although the stock's not quite at a new high. Alta Salons, the stock that broke out last week, as it was moving very tight over a few weeks in tight consolidation, the markets are moving down, but its relative strength line is moving to a new high, and that indicates that this stock's showing much more strength than you see in the general market. Now, we also see a lot of stocks where the relative strength line is moving to a new high, and it's also bouncing off its 50-day. And we see that in stocks like Allergan, AGE, Palo Alto Networks, that's PANW, EPAM Software, that's EPAM, and once again, Alta Salon also bounced off its 50-day. Now, there are a few stocks where they're at the 50-day, the relative strength line came down with the market, but we saw a bounce off the 50-day. And some good quality stocks in that space are Gilead, GILD, Valiant, VRX, and or Celgene, CELG. The relative strength line was down, however, they were showing a good bounce off its 50-day moving average. Now, you have to be careful with relative strength. You just don't want to chase things that are extended. And two stocks come to mind, which we also hold, are BofI Holdings. Its relative strength line is at a high, the stock's at a new high, but it's already extended past its pivot point. So you don't want to chase that. Another stock too is Mobileye, MBLY, where relative strength line is at a new high, the stock's at a new high, but again, it's a little extended, so you don't want to chase those. So just to reiterate, relative strength, again, is stocks that are holding up better than the general market, bucking the trend. Now, you can do this on your own, spot this, or there are a few chart service that offers a relative strength line. And the one I use is MarketSmith. It's Investor's Business Daily product. It actually shows your relative strength line. And or StockCharts.com, they have what's called an SCTR, and that's Stock Charts Relative Technical Ranking. And that also is based on an idea of showing you stocks with relative strength. So, as always, let price and volume be your guide. Now's a good time to start mining those stocks that are holding up and bucking the trend. And just for a disclaimer, all the stocks I did mention, we do hold, I do own. And as always, this is George Kachuk with RCM Wealth Advisors, reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Have a great trading week.